Once she arrived, she found a strange sight. Not only was Goku fighting a purple man, but he was also wearing a scouter. Krillin and Gohan had just defeated Rikuma and Goldo, but they seemed extremely hurt. Dende thankfully healed them. The most surprising part was Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz fighting Jeice and Burter. Vegeta and the rest had arrived, thanking Kakarot and Ginyu for gathering the rest of the Dragon Balls for him. To Vegeta's surprise, Goku said that there was no time for this. They needed to stop Frieza. Goku actually asked for Vegeta's help against the Ginyu Force. Vegeta grunted and sliced Goldo's head clean off. Raditz smiled at this, while Nappa refused to help, but he didn't have a choice once attacked by Jeice. Raditz and Nappa couldn't keep up, though Vegeta was faring better. Caulifla went in to punch Ginyu in the face, sending him into a mountain.
Hey! How you jerks doing?
Goku laughed behind her, thanking her. She was confused. That's when Ginyu rose up, holding his bloody chest. Ginyu was Goku, and Goku was Ginyu. Her head began to spin already, but just to be safe, she blasted both of them away. Ginyu's body said to watch where she's firing that Dodonpa. Yep, that was Goku. She rushed into Ginyu and Goku's body, saying that she's actually stronger than her older brother, trying to bait him out. It wasn't actually true. Ginyu laughed. She shouldn't have said that. Now, he is going to take her body. The battle continued for a bit, with Caulifla baiting Ginyu into switching bodies. At the last second, Caulifla said "excuse me" to Burter as she kicked him across the sky while he was fighting Goku in Ginyu's body. She grabbed onto Goku and threw him into the target site of the body change. Goku was back in his body. Instantly, Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz turned to blast at Burter, while Goku and Caulifla blasted at Ginyu. Thankfully, Caulifla baited the body change early enough that Goku wasn't extremely damaged. At least nothing Dende couldn't fix. But with all the Ginyu Force gone, the three Saiyans stared down at the Z Fighters. Vegeta smirked, telling Goku to hand over the Dragon Balls. Vegeta was the only hope for them to win. After all, he was the Super Saiyan. Goku cracked his neck, saying that he won't let that happen. Vegeta took a step forward, powering up his aura. But his aura quickly dropped. Caulifla commented on how they didn't need to fight. They were all too hurt, and Frieza could be here any second. She turned to Dende and said that they did just help them just now, and with Frieza around, they needed as many forces as possible. Dende reluctantly moved to the Saiyans and healed them. He then healed the Z Fighters. But Vegeta was furious. He hated having to take help from them. He said fine, but as soon as Frieza is dead, it's his wish. That's when a voice was heard from behind them. Frieza, mocking them. He was dragging Nail with one hand, already dead. The Emperor threw the body over at Vegeta. It was time for the real battle. The fight was fast-paced, with beams flying everywhere. Vegeta was up to the bat first, and he actually handled himself pretty well. It got to the point where Frieza actually had to transform. Everyone realized they needed to help. Vegeta, Nappa, Raditz, Krillin, Gohan, Caulifla, and Goku all rushed in for an attack. Goku and Caulifla caused the most damage. But the most surprising moment of all was when Gohan showed off a new technique that he had made up during his training, called the Dodon Kamehameha. It was an incredible, piercing Kamehameha that forced Frieza to transform into his third form. To everyone's surprise, Raditz jumped in the way of the blast, as Gohan was targeted with a barrage of death beams. Nappa was disgusted by the act, but took the opportunity to kick Frieza across the ground. In response, Frieza lifted his hand up, at the same time as Nappa lifted two fingers. Nappa's volcano explosion versus Frieza's death storm. The explosion caused the planet to crack, lava spewing everywhere. It sent the whole Z Fighters and Saiyan team flying off. Though Frieza wasn't too impressed. Before he could recover, Vegeta jumped up, firing a barrage of ki bullets. Everyone followed his lead, with all the Z Fighters doing the same. This was actually too much for Frieza, who pushed them off by opening his aura and transforming one final time. Caulifla took this chance to grab Dende, Cargo, and Murray, taking them far away. Dende healed her wounds and said something interesting. This was the perfect time to use the Dragon Balls, but they needed to be fast. Meanwhile, Goku and Frieza's battle began. Similar to the original story, though Goku is stronger here. The Kaioken times 20 does really well against Frieza, but it takes a lot out of Goku. Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz actually exchange places with Goku for a while in order for Goku to collect ki. He gathers enough energy for a Genki Dama and takes the opportunity to summon the dragon with Dende's help. Porunga appears, with Frieza barely able to see him out of the corner of his eye, screeching out, "No!" as the Spirit Bomb drags him into the earth. The radius of the explosion is so huge that it causes everyone to fall into the ocean.
Hey kids, don't go away. We'll be right back.
I hope you guys are enjoying the video, and if you like the stuff I do, there's a way you can support the channel. By clicking the membership button, you will be able to see various tiers. Each one of them has some rewards. My personal favorite ones are the Super Saiyan hair badges that adorn your name in comments and live streams on my channel. The longer you stay a member, the larger the power up. So if you like the stuff I do and feel like supporting me in some way, be sure to check out the membership. Anyways, back to the show.
Back to our show.
Raditz is the first one out, dragging Gohan and Krillin into the surface. Nappa shows up soon after, coughing water, but Goku is nowhere to be found. Raditz and Krillin watch as Vegeta bursts out of the ocean angrier than ever. He simply rushed towards the dragon. Krillin's eyes widened. He needed to get there first. The rest went along at first, though Gohan waited for his father. They think that at least Frieza's threat is over. The first wish granted, to revive Tien, but the second one was interrupted as Caulifla told Dende their wish. Caulifla turned her head up, seeing an angered Vegeta blast downward to kill Dende. Instantly, Caulifla pushes Dende away as she jumps back. The blast hits the ground by the Dragon Balls, and once the smoke dissipates, the heroes see Vegeta holding Dende with a handful of ki by his head. Vegeta barked about wanting his wish, shaking the child. He told everyone to stand down. He was tired of seeing low-class Saiyan trash get the better of him. He was supposed to be the one to defeat Frieza. Goku yelled back to let Dende go, and Vegeta ordered Nappa and Raditz to attack. Nappa cracked his knuckles, attacking Gohan and Krillin. Nappa was hurt from the battles against Frieza, so he was actually losing. Raditz stood there, frozen. He couldn't do this anymore. He refused to fight. Caulifla and Goku slowly approached Vegeta, who called Raditz a traitor. They hear Nappa get knocked out behind them, with Krillin and Gohan panting. Vegeta kept on yelling at Dende to make the wish. Goku is too hurt from the battles, but that wouldn't matter, because not only is Dende pierced by a death beam, which also cuts Vegeta slightly, but the Saiyan turns around to watch his best friend, Krillin, blown to pieces. Frieza was alive. Goku's fury culminates in the birth of the legend. The Super Saiyan fury explodes. Caulifla shook Gohan, telling him to run. She grabbed onto cargo and the body of Dende, while Raditz grabs Nappa and Murray. They couldn't stay there. Even from afar, they could see an incredible aura, that of Super Saiyan Goku. The battle commenced, with Frieza helplessly trying to defend himself. But as Caulifla flew away, she was struck by a blast that made her let go of the kids. Raditz helped, but she turned around. It was Vegeta. He wasn't going to let the traitor go free again. Caulifla turned to Gohan, telling him to take care of everyone. Cargo and Murray flew ahead. Raditz was holding on to Nappa, and Gohan to Dende. Gohan didn't want to leave her nor his father, but he understood. As they rushed away, Caulifla went in for a punch. Vegeta appeared behind her, psyching her out. Vegeta promised that none of them could get away. He pointed his hand out at Gohan, firing a blast. Caulifla tried to turn around to stop it, but she was too late. It was about to reach Gohan when Raditz jumped in the way. His body fell into the ocean. Gohan grabbed onto the falling Nappa, but he could tell it was too late for Raditz. He thanked him under his breath. He needed to get away. Caulifla's voice went quiet. Even after another punch from Vegeta, she simply did not react, her aura bursting open in a golden flare. Vegeta couldn't believe it. A second one? Even this traitor could become a... Caulifla blipped right in front of Vegeta, who had a terrified expression. She looked at his eyes as she pressed her hands in a triangle shape against his chest. She whispered, "Kiko Ho." A giant square burst Vegeta away. Caulifla's eyes were green. Her hair spiked up. She was the legend as well. From the two sides of Purunga, the aura of Super Saiyan shone.
Hey! You punks hearing me over this? If you got the guts to take the two of us on, then show your face!
How annoying, yet another Saiyan.
And almost as if connected, they threw punches rhythmically. The Super Saiyans were easily winning, but Frieza wasn't giving up and used the Death Ball to doom the whole planet. Only 5 minutes to go. As the battle raged on, Murray told Gohan to take him back. He had a wish to make on the Dragon Balls. He knew that the Elder would pass away soon. He needed to be quick. Reluctantly, Gohan went with him as they left Nappa, Cargo, and Dende in the Namekian ship. Once they arrived, both Vegeta and Frieza tried to approach the dragon, but the Super Saiyans wouldn't allow it. At one point, they even traded adversaries, with Frieza terrified to see a second Super Saiyan. Murray, under the instructions of King Kai, wished for everyone on Namek, except for the fighters, to be brought to Earth. Once they arrived, Purunga faded into nothingness. The Grand Elder had passed away, holding on to the very last second. Too many losses. Krillin Raditz, Nail, Vendente. It was bittersweet, but it wasn't over yet for Goku and Caulifla. Caulifla was toying with Vegeta at this point. He was indeed very powerful, more so than in the original story, and maybe even more powerful than Caulifla's base form, but he couldn't stand a chance against Caulifla's Super Saiyan. Vegeta was losing too much blood from the death beam. He couldn't win. Caulifla was going to leave him stranded, but she remembered something that Goku said, how he was outraged the moment she killed Dodoria. Vegeta couldn't stand up. He was closing his eyes, but Caulifla helped him up, helping him fly over to Frieza's ship. Vegeta hated her. He would never forgive her, but he passed out. Caulifla placed Vegeta in the healing chamber and returned to Goku, but the battle was ending quickly. As Frieza was defeated, Goku gave some energy to him, but he misused. And just like Caulifla, Goku remembered something she said right after she killed Dodoria, that these people had killed their whole race, parents, children, families, Namekians, and so much more. It seems the two siblings had reached an understanding. Goku blasted back, defeating Frieza. He looked saddened, but smiled at his sister. The two returned to Frieza's ship. It was nearly intact. Thankfully, she understood how to use it because of her time with the Frieza Force, and she input the coordinates to the next planet Frieza had ordered the Ginyu Force to, some planet named Yardrat. It was closer than Earth. They just needed to rest. Caulifla and Goku looked at each other, smiling and hugging.
When you and me team up, there's nothing in the whole universe that can touch us.
Looks like I better make sure you don't get ahead of me.
The two passed out on the floor. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Let me know in the comments down below any thoughts, ideas, hopes, and dreams about this Caulifla. I definitely want to give a huge thanks to Marvin Strawberry, who did this awesome sketch of our version of Caulifla and Goku. I have seen a few other pieces of fan art of these two running around. If you ever want to share any piece of fan art with me based on my what-ifs, you can share them with me on Twitter at ShareYourEnergy or on our Discord server linked below. Awesome work. Also, with the recent news about the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, let me know in the comments what you think will happen in the movie, what do you want, stuff like that. I may make a video about it. As always, thank you to Professor Chimp for helping me out with some of the stuff about this story. I almost made a few mistakes along the way that he caught, and the video is much better because of it. Shout out to the Super Saiyan God and the Super Saiyan Legend members of the channel. Phil J, Akir, Eric Dragon, Neil Whitcomb, Sacred Saiyan, Pizza Hut Kitman, Orlando Castellano, Hannah Rowan, Sith Lord, Sir Justice, Midnight Combatant, The Real Samuel Randall, and Zachary Croy. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. I am thinking about adding another tier where we could have one-on-one calls or maybe even group calls and discuss stories, just Dragon Ball in general, stuff like that. I think it could be fun, but you guys let me know. Anyways guys, until we meet again. See ya!
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to SmugStick, unless you want to be destroyed.
Lord Beerus, that's hardly fair. But also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified when he uploads new videos.